Well, in 1990, the movie Goodfellas comes out, and your dad is in the movie.
Yeah, so that's a good question because I actually have something going on with that I'll let you talk about later. I'm doing this thing called the Mafia, Master Mafia class. It's about, and the first episode is going to be on Goodfellas. Yeah, so what happened was, in the beginning of the movie, when they panned the Bamboo Lounge, Henry mentioned my father's name, Fat Andy, and Pete the Killer, and all these Mikey Francis, and all these wise guys that that were known by that crew. Yeah, it was a little bit of a surprise when I went to see the movie, and they said my father's name, but in reality, my father and myself had had pretty strong relationships with a lot of the real characters of that movie.
Right. And was your dad involved in the Lufthansa heist?
Well, he wasn't. What happened was he wasn't involved in the heist, but he was very good friends with Jimmy and Vinny Asara and Tommy DeSimone. So what happened was the night of the heist, my father stood in his club in Cafe Liberty, and he was waiting. He knew of it, and he was waiting for them. And they did the heist, and they brought the stuff back to Vinny Asara's cousin's house, and they stashed all the money in the jewelry. And then they went and met my father, and they partied till the next day in my father's club, celebrating the heist. And years later, my father was in the gold and silver business. He had a gold and silver exchange with Tony Lee, because gold was very high back then. And they brought my father all the Lufthansa jewelry, and he fenced it. So he was involved in the aftermath of it, more or less.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right, because the Lufthansa heist was the largest cash robbery committed on American soil at the time. $5 million in cash was stolen and $1 million in jewelry.
Exactly, right. $5 to $6 million in cash and $1 million in jewelry, and then everybody started getting murdered after that. But yeah, and my father, a few years later, Vinny Asara and Jimmy Burke brought my father the jewelry, and Tony Lee and my father, they fenced all the jewelry.
Right.